What happened to Sean Gathright in that trial was necessary for everybody to see. It was necessary. It needed to happen because y'all done got too laxed when it comes to this pro-black thing. This is why we had a problem with y'all letting that bar slide about Kendrick freeing the slaves. Y'all took that too lightly. And so here we are, 2026. His lawyer was pleading for his life by basically selling him into state-sanctioned slavery. Wrap your mind around that. Y'all needed to be reminded of where you are. You needed to be reminded that you're behind enemy lines. That's always been our problem for the last 20, 30 years. Black folk done got too comfortable here. They forgot that they was black. And now here we are. You just got punched in the stomach. What a lot of us was just, we knew what this was. We knew what the system has always been. Look up how much it takes to house a prisoner. And you can go state by state if you want to, but look how much it costs to house a prisoner. How much federal money they get to house prisoners. I'm telling you, like this system told you with the 13th Amendment. Go back and look at that documentary. It's on Netflix right now. All of y'all got Netflix still. It tells you about the new Jim Crow. It tells you that it is all about prison labor, free labor. Slavery has not stopped. It just turned from private to public. This was necessary. I hate it had to come to this, but this was necessary.
Sweat equity. That is the reason why Sean Gathright is not going to get the death penalty. I just watched a video about them talking about it in court, saying that would the prison, benefit from him serving a life sentence. And he said yes, the prison will benefit like immensely because he's young, he's healthy, and he has something called sweat equity. So what is sweat equity? Sweat equity pretty much means is you have money in your sweat, as in you have the ability to work and make money for the system. So let this be a lesson to all them little young niggas that want to go shoot that gun and want to go take people's life. You about to have a life of hard work. Because that stuff happened in Florida. But you could always be extradited to a different prison, and I think that's what's going to happen. Either they're going to work him to death, he's going to be flipping burgers and stuff in Florida, or they might send him to Angola. Because as y'all know, Angola is an actual plantation. It's an actual work prison. We have actual work prisons where they make stuff and they export it and they sell it and it adds to our GDP. This is why it pays to be an upstanding citizen. When you're an upstanding citizen, you don't gotta worry about going to go work for free. They about to pay your ass 0.3 cent.
And Sean Gathright, when you got up on that stand and started speaking, I immediately was like, how did he get caught up in this whole Julio Foolio situation? Because the way that you got up there and you spoke and everything like that, I said this boy had the potential to go to school and be a lawyer, could have been a doctor, could have been anything he wanted to be, an accountant, something like that. How did you get caught up in this Julio Foolio situation? I genuinely watched him and I felt bad for him. But then I remembered, okay, they allegedly said he the one who put the whole thing together. Allegedly. So either you got some master manipulation skills going on to where you can make people believe what you want them to believe, or somebody put you up to this. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just felt so bad. I was like, he seems like he genuinely realizes the weight of what he has done. And I'll just say this, y'all. None of this stuff is worth it. None of this stuff that they was talking about, going back and forth with Julio Foolio about, none of that is worth it. I always think about The Color Purple whenever something happens. When Oprah said to Miss Seeley, she said, "Don't do it, Miss Seeley. It ain't worth trading places with where I've been," okay? And if you know the story Color Purple, you know she was in jail. It's not worth it. Like, the boy's only 20 years old. He done threw his life away. He about to be in prison, potentially for the rest of his life, or allegedly, they said something about facing a death penalty. Yeah, y'all, that just makes me so sad. We got to do better as a society. We got to literally sit down and talk to our kids and be like, hey, the streets is not the way.
We need that youngness. We need that labor. We need that sweat equity. Sean Gathright, at his sentence, his lawyer, that is the words his lawyer used to save his life. For him not to get the death penalty, then this is what we need. We could get a lot out of him. That is the words that his lawyers use. Now, we already know Yeah, that the prison system is really, the new age slavery. Okay, but I'm gonna say this to parents that have young people out there acting a fool, who keep up with these people. They keep up with the rap music, not just the rap music. They keep up with the lifestyle, but they don't pay attention to the news. You know how we don't like watching the news. Y'all need to play their clips. Y'all need to go find that clip of that lawyer stating, now that he's been found guilty, we could use him for the rest of his life because we could use that sweat equity. That is all the prison system is about.
Y'all do know Sean Gathright walked down on somebody with the AK-47 that he stole from his military parents after stalking a man. Stalking him. It had nothing to even do with him because he's not even affiliated with anything. Keep this in mind. He stalked him, walked him down with an AK-47, went out, drove back home because they drove hours, dropped the car off to his grandmama house. And y'all are on here acting like he just didn't do anything. And it's just so sad seeing what he went through. He committed murder. Y'all are like, he said sweat equity. Duh. We work in the free world. What are y'all talking about? We about to be working just as many years as him. Like, I'm good. I'm confused as to, like, are y'all not understanding that he committed, he committed a horrendous crime. He took someone's life. And I understand, like, y'all like, Julio Foolio didn't, like, he wasn't a saint, right? Right. But neither was Sean Gathright.
Let me start off by saying this. I'm not pro-black. I am also not for the killing for blacks against other blacks. I'm not for a mass amount of black people being thrown into prison. But this is what I will say. The second young guy, third girl, not so much, and that last young woman y'all just saw, I think they kind of on the right path, got it right. But those other ones, let me tell you something. You are what I call the problem in the black community. The first guy y'all saw, the fourth woman y'all saw. Yeah. And a little bit of the third girl. First of all, I'm gonna address her first because she was kind of riding the fence. You're stupid if you don't know how a man gets caught up into the gang activity. It's because it looks cool to a man. That's why. It's that simple. Growing up as a boy, it looks cool. To be a part of something, you're a part of a group, all these people join these gangs when they're young. It's because at them ages, you are looking for somewhere to be that seems like family. You're looking for somewhere to fit in. You have a need to want to be liked and be accepted at a young age. You do. Everybody. Now, either you're going to go into the direction of being accepted by joining gangs, stuff like that, organizations, stuff like that, or you're just not going to care about being accepted and you're going to be a loner like me, right? So that's the reason. I don't know how you sit there and say, I don't understand how he got caught up in this because he could have did this and that, did that with his life. Guess what? Being gang looked cool growing up. Now, to address the first guy and the fourth woman y'all saw, which I think was a woman. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being honest. I don't know if the fourth one was a woman or not with the glasses. I don't know. But anyway, to address them, all right, I hate these kind of people. I do. I hate these kind of black people who want to say everything is slavery. They're this dude want to say these people forgot they were black. They ain't got too comfortable in America. No, yes. The house I done provided for my family, the car I drive, the money we get. Yes, I have become comfortable in this country because I probably wouldn't have been able to do this anywhere else just by getting up and leaving. So yes, I've become comfortable in this country. Here's the problem. People like him and the ugly one with the glasses I was talking about. Here's a problem with them that they like to leave out all the time. We're saying slavery, modern day slavery, all of this, and state sanctioned slavery and all. One thing they forget to mention is that this dude chose to take Julio Foolio's life. Him and his Codies planned it. This dude had an AK. This dude was not playing no game. He chose to do this. Now y'all getting mad because y'all want to sit here and they talking about sweat equity from him? He is young. He like, what, 20? He is young. He going to be locked up for the rest of his life? Cool. That's like 40, 50 years that they going to get, or at least 30, 40 years they going to get of sweat equity. If you did not know, see, these are the people, those two that I'm talking about in those two videos are the people who actually live under a rock. But they want to sit there and act like people like me, we tap dance and all of this and just become whitewashed and all. No, we the ones who actually pay attention to what's going on. You live under a rock. You did not even know until his lawyer said that they do this kind of things in prisons already. I watch videos of ex-prisoners. I watch them. I've been watching them. Guess what? So many of them have already got on camera talking about how they were in a prison where they were picking cotton. You go out to the field. They've been doing that. You just understanding they doing this. You're slow. You're the one who are slow to even learn this. You're sitting there saying, hey, it's necessary. I'm telling you, it's been happening, stupid. Are you dumb? It's been happening. Go up, look at these videos right now of ex-cons getting on podcasts now and getting on videos on TikTok and all that. And they are telling you that they were in a prison where you get up and go to a field and you pick cotton all day. They were telling you this. You didn't know because you don't watch that kind of stuff because you live on a rock. But for everybody who already know this and we still choose how we believe to live, we tap dancing and we don't know what we talking about and we just so whitewashed and so thankful to white people. It's like, no, we just see what's going on. We already knew this. Yeah, this is new to y'all. Y'all don't watch nothing. Y'all are boring. Y'all don't open your eyes to nothing. You don't do no research on nothing. You don't know stuff. So then stuff like this that gets said becomes a shock to you. It's a shock to you that his own lawyer said this. No, it's not. Because prisoners have already been getting out, getting on podcasts and videos, telling you that they've been to prisons that still exist, that you get up and go to a field and pick cotton for them. They've been saying this. It's been happening. It's been happening. Y'all didn't know they go to work for like $1 or even cheaper. Y'all didn't know that they get $1 a day or maybe $1.50 a day if they get to work. You didn't know that already? You've been living under a rock. That first dude and that fourth, I think, is a woman. Y'all been living under a rock. Y'all did not know this already? It's a shock to you now. It's state sanctioned slavery. It's slavery, y'all. It's been happening, stupid. It's been happening. You just didn't know. You just didn't know. It's a shock to you. They've been doing this stuff. Are you stupid? And why would I care? He literally planned to take someone's life. What are you talking about? I don't care what happens to him. Why would I care? So what do you think? He should have just got the death penalty and that be it? Or let me guess, people like you think they should get like 10, 15 years and be rehabilitated. There is no rehabilitation for people like him. He's young and decided to do this. Like, no, he knew what not to do. He knew right from wrong. Let's understand this. Shut up with this prison system is the new day slavery and new age slavery. Guess what? These people chose to commit crimes to put them in prison. Okay? Let's stop acting like they were jaywalking or they just ran a red light or they were speeding. These people decided to do these terrible acts of crime and they getting held accountable for it. Why are you so mad about or why do you want to sit there and act like it's a race thing and it's a slavery thing when they are choosing to commit crimes? What are we talking about? They're not just picking these people up off the street, putting them in prison so they can do this. What are we talking about? You get those random ones who wind up later getting exonerated or stuff like that. I'm like, but for the majority we're talking about who actually committed their crimes, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And then to sit here and say, well, black people done got too comfortable. Look like you comfortable. Look like you too comfortable. I hate when people sit here and want to complain so much about this country that they in and say, still remember, you black in this country. You then get out. Get out the country. Get out of it. Guess what? You never have to explain it no more. You don't have to get online ever bashing this country again. Get out of the country. Get out. If you're too broke to get out, then shut up. Like, don't sit here and want to complain about a place that you are not leaving. Like, how stupid is that? You think people want to just hear you complain all day, every day? Make your content better than something you complaining about the country and about racism. Make something better than that. You're not intelligent enough to talk about anything better than that. That's what you got to talk about. That's what you got to talk about. And I'm not talking about like this, like the reaction videos. I'm talking about for people who get in front of the camera and decided to put content out there. You can't talk about anything else better or more intelligent than to bring up slavery and bash this country. That is pathetic to me. The best thing you can do for content is to bash this country. Why? This country's racist. And you just didn't know they were doing this. They've been doing this, stupid, for years. You just found out that they were doing this. I bet there's so many of them like him and her that, or what I believe is her, don't even know what I just said. They didn't even know what's going on, what I just said about how you still get up and go to a field and pick cotton in some prisons in this country. Bet they don't even know that. I bet you. Don't even know that. Because this wouldn't be a surprise. It wouldn't be a shock. Y'all let me know what y'all think about these idiots who are so pro-black and just got a problem with them saying sweat equity. There was a comment talking about sweat equity would never sit well with my soul and stuff. And okay, dummy, do you want them to say slavery? Do you want them to say modern day slavery? Do you want them to just explain what's going to happen? That he's going to get there when he get up in the morning, they're going to take him to a field and he's going to pick cotton? Do you want them to say it like that? Or do you want them to say, hey, he's going to be put into slavery, modern day slavery in the prison system? Or do you want them to say sweat equity? Which one do you want them to say? Because it ain't about what you want. It really ain't. It's not about what you want. You don't control nothing. This been happening. And then at the point, I don't care. Good. It should happen. You did a murder. You planned a murder. The worst should happen to you. You lucky to be alive. You lucky you didn't get the death penalty. You lucky to be alive. Period. You lucky to be alive. So if you're gonna be alive, what do y'all want? Y'all want him to just be locked up? That's it? Being able to do whatever you want to do on the inside? That's what y'all want? I don't get where, like I told y'all, I woke up a couple years ago in Washington State and the country done flipped upside down. It flipped upside down. These people, these pro-black wannabe activists and all that, they literally care more about the criminal than they care about the victim. They care more about the aggressor than they care about the victim. They don't care that Julio Foolio lost his life. They don't care about what his family gonna have to go through. They don't care. What they care about is this dude saying his client, one of the defendants is gonna get the sweat equity used out of him. He's gonna leave prison in a body bag. They start to feel bad for him. You feel bad for him when he didn't feel bad for taking this young man's life? So y'all don't care nothing about him committing murder on another black man. Y'all care about sweat equity and him going into the prison system and be used to work. Like, y'all kill me, man. Y'all don't care about the black community. You don't. You don't. Stop saying you care about the black community. No, you don't. Or otherwise, your video wouldn't have been about him saying sweat equity out of this young black man. It would have been, I hate to keep seeing these young black men kill each other. Y'all let me know what y'all think of these idiots who like to make videos like this defending the worst of our kind in the comment section. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next time, I'm out.
I feel like I'm good on my own. Don't need nobody beside me.